We're on to learning unit number 4. This summer mini goes extremely fast. So please be doing your best to keep up and keep me informed if there's any issues that are that you are having during this course. So when you click on learning unit number 4, you're going to see instructions and objectives as always. So we're going to look at patient safety and we're going to look at it in 2 different environments. We're looking at it in both the ambulatory and inpatient care. And if you work in inpatient care, you're going to have a little bit different readings than if you work in ambulatory care. If you work in neither, then you get to choose which one you're going to learn a little bit more about patient safety in. So it really differs in different clinical practice environments. And we're also going to review the certified patient or certified professional in patient safety. It is a certification course and exam that you're going to be prepared to sit for at the end of this program. So we're going to look at that information so you will be able to make an informed decision on whether or not you want to sit for a certification in patient safety at the end of this program. And we're going to end by discussing the one clinical course, kind of both. It's integrating your patient safety initiative and this didactic course. So we're going to look at your literature review that we are going to be submitting in week 5. So you can read the learning outcomes for this week. So let's move on and go through some of this information. First of all, I wanted to tell you that there is also an optional video to watch. I made this, I think it was last year. I developed this learning unit video just to go over some of the content in the chapters. But please note, I did lessen some of the readings. So when I first introduce this the content in this one video, please know that you're not reading the full chapter, and I'll be a little bit more specific in a minute. But I think this information you might find helpful, but I have made it optional. So the readings are going to be this. So you're either going to read chapter 20 and in addition 3 pages, 417 to 420. Now that's if you work in a hospital. If you don't work in a hospital and you work in an ambulatory setting, you're going to choose chapter 12. So there's 2 different chapters. But if you choose chapter 12, please make sure that you're also reading pages 417 to 420. And there is 1 page here, 2 pages here that you're going to want to read that your peers are reading about the AHRQ and the Institute for Healthcare Improvement. So please look at this very carefully and you choose whether you're going to do chapter 20 along with these 3 pages or chapter 12 along with these 2 pages here and the 3 pages as noted above for your peers. And it's with our electronic text, so you'll be able to access this by clicking on. This is the CPPS. So this is a certification exam that's given for nurses, physicians, many different healthcare providers, and it is offered through the Institute for Healthcare Improvement. So especially in this course, we're using many of IHI's tools, and the full program is preparing you to sit for the certification exam. However, it is voluntary. There is a fee associated for those who want to sit for the exam, but for this class, I want you to go on and look at the information about this exam. And please pay special attention to the scholarship information. There is a scholarship that I believe it's in July of this year, that if you want to plan to sit for this exam, that you can do it. And I believe it's by September. You have to sit for the exam by September 2025. So you may want to go ahead and put in for that scholarship. I also want you to look at the CPPS brochure. This gives you a lot of really good general info. You do have to download it, and then they email it to you. There is a link in this information how to get certified, and if you're there, you can analyze the exam content and really review what's going to be on this exam. So I ask that you just look around so that you are informed at the end of this program regarding whether you want to sit for the certification. The next site is a great one. It's the AHRQ Patient Safety Network website. So especially because remember, everybody's reading these 3 pages, I want you to then review the website. You might find some really great resources for your project. Some of the gems that I've located are found, are considered perspectives, and that is found under the PSNet collection tab, or primers. That's found under the PS 101 tab. You can narrow your search by clicking on additional filters. You can add a safety target, setting of care. So there's a great glossary, which is also Appendix 2 in your text, so you can access that. But this is a really good site and very, very helpful for patient safety officers. And for Unit 4, the discussion board, when you click on it, it's a little bit easier to read. You're going to have 2 choices. So your first choice is interview your champion for your patient safety initiative, and that can be a patient safety officer, coordinator, QI/PI coordinator, or somebody else who's an expert in the topic of patient safety that you have chosen as your champion. So you're going to interview them and then summarize the interview and share it as a discussion board post. In addition, you're just going to answer this question: do you have a patient safety officer or a patient safety committee? If not, who reviews the types of institutional data that should be regularly reviewed by patient safety officers? And you'll find this on page 418. It's a table 22-1. Who reviews this information? A quality officer, compliance officer, risk manager? I just want you to look a little bit at your place of employment. So you're either summarizing this interview, or you're going to that AHRQ Patient Safety Network site that we just looked at, or that we just reviewed, and review one of the latest perspectives that are posted, or search and review an article or commentary that is of importance for your project. And then you're going to just give a little summary of this article or commentary. And then you're also going to answer the same question that those who chose the first option answered. So please make sure that you do one or the other. And I believe both of these can really help you in your completing your patient initiative. So that's the discussion board. Now I'm going to just talk a little bit about the clinical course assignment. I call it the PICO question and literature review. So this information, just so you know, can also be found in the first tab that we have here that was entitled Start Here. And I'll show you when we're done, but I have them linked here. So the the clinical course assignment, the purpose of this assignment is that you have asked and developed and then asked a PICO formatted clinical question as part of your quality improvement patient safety initiative. So you need to search the literature, and the best way to search the literature and to get journal articles that are of help to what you're looking at is by developing a PICO question. So then you're going to, the final with this is you develop a PICO question, you search the literature, and then you're going to develop a Word document of probably 7 pages will be plenty. And that includes the abstract, so that's 1 page, and the reference page, so that could be 1 to 2 pages. So I'm not asking for a super lengthy document, but that is what the requirements are. Let's look at the grading rubric next, because I think that will help a little bit more. So you're going to do an overview of the information foundational to the Quality Improvement Patient Safety Initiative that you're developing, and you're developing this through the practicum modules. And then you're going to have a PICO formulated question. And in your practicum module number 5, there is information about a PICO question. So you're going to better understand, if you don't already know, how to write a PICO question. There's one article that's very helpful, and that can guide you through. So your paper is going to have that PICO question. If you want to send me your PICO question ahead of time, I can look at it. Please know that you're doing this clinical question in order to do an effective literature search. And if you go on the Mercyhurst University databases, but if you go on the Mercyhurst University or Mercyhurst University library site, there are librarians. Karen Niemla is one who can be very helpful to you in doing this search. So, and she also is informed about PICO questions. So then you're going to summarize and discuss the literature on your topic. Make sure your articles are relevant and timely. And then you're going to provide a summary of how the literature supports your initiative. And yes, it does need to be APA formatted. It will be worth 200 points. So it is the only assignment for the course component. Yes, you're also doing the practicum modules, and that is the 1 credit practicum. So, but for this course, besides your discussion boards, this is your largest assignment. So if we get out of here for just a moment and get back to learning unit number 4, you're also going to see your other learning units. And in this section, start here. If you need to access this information, you're going to see that everything is right here. It's the last piece of information in Start Here. So you know your faculty information, the syllabus, you've done your syllabus sign-off, our calendar textbook, that there is a writing center that is also during the summer, our library, if you're accessing the library, grading rubric for doing your discussion boards, but here is the folder about the clinical course assignment. And let me just click on, because these are 2 things that we just reviewed. So I link those to our learning unit 4. Here is the article on developing a PICO question. And then this is the Dropbox. So in learning unit number 5, I'm going to include this Dropbox. But this is a really helpful article on how to write a PICO question. So I think that's been long enough. Please let me know if you have questions, and keep me posted if you're having any difficulty staying on task here and moving along at such a rapid pace. Thank you.